Hi everyone. In this example, I want to show you how macros can be recorded on Excel desktop using Visual Basic for applications, on Excel Online using TypeScript, and also on Google Sheets using JavaScript. So let us first do it on Excel. And I'm going to do a really simple example. Put in some values and then find the sum of those numbers. On developer, we will create an absolute reference, so don't select relative references, and go to record macro. Let us call this VBA macro. So we have name, we have sales, we have A, B, C, we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have the sum. Make it bold and also change the color to green like this. And finally, put a heading here. Align everything in the center and stop the recording. So on developer, we will stop the recording. I'm going to do the same thing on Excel Online. So we go online and we will create a new Excel file. And we want to do the same thing. On automate, I will select record actions. Now, depending on the version of Microsoft that you have, so whether you have Microsoft 365, it's a home or an enterprise edition, you might or might not have automate with you. So I would suggest please get Microsoft 365 for this. And if you are working in an organization and you already have 365, but you cannot see automate, please speak to your IT team. So we go to automate and I go to record. And I will say name, sales, we'll say A, B, and C, 1, 2, and 3. Then we have the sum of these numbers, make it bold, select everything, put it in the center, and I also change the color to green. And then we can stop the recording here. And finally, let us do it on Google Sheets as well. So let me go to Google Sheets. And I'll create a blank Google Sheet. Here, to record a macro, we will have to select let me just check once. Okay, so we go to extensions and then we say macros and record macro. And we will put name and sales and A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 equal to sum, make it bold, put everything in the center, and put a color here. And finally, we will save the macro. I'm just going to call it test. Okay, now let me open the code that has been recorded for all the three applications. So this is VBA macro, everyone. So I'm just going to copy this and put it in my PowerPoint so that we can compare all of these things. Okay, let's reduce it further. All right, so this is my VBA code, everybody. Then right next to it, I'm going to keep the code that has come in TypeScript. So on our Excel file, edit, and this is the code. So I'll just copy the entire thing and then come back and paste it in the PowerPoint. And then finally, we also have the Google Sheet that has generated the code for us like this. All right, so let us go full screen and try to understand what is happening. In all the three applications, Excel Desktop, Excel Online, and Google Sheets, what we did was to put name sales as the heading, ABC 1 to 3 as the value, and then we made, we wrote a formula, which is the sum of the three numbers, which is 6. We put a color, which is a green color on it, and we aligned everything in the center. So if I look at the VBA code, it says in active cell, we put name, right? So B1, then we have sales, then we selected A2, we put ABC 1, 2, 3. Then this is our formula, R minus 3C, R minus 1C. We made it bold, and we also put a color here. Then we selected A1, B1, activated it, made the font bold, and we put a alignment. In TypeScript, what we are getting is we are selecting a function, which is workbook Excel script.workbook. Then let selected sheet is the active worksheet. So we are selecting the active worksheet and calling it the selected sheet. These are the auto-generated comments. So that's a huge advantage of TypeScript over VBA, that the comments are generated automatically. Plus, you see here, there are so many lines of code. Here, it's just one line. It says selected sheet.get range, A1, B5, set formulas local. So you can see here that I'm creating just a list where we have name and sales A1, B2, C3. Looks very, very neat. And then we're also putting a formula here, which is sum B2, B4. The null means that the value that we had next to the sum, so below ABC, that was a blank value. Then we are setting the font to bold for B5. Then we are putting a horizontal alignment, and we are putting a color. Here, it's a hex code, A2EFDA. And if I look at the Google Sheet JavaScript, here also you can see the variable is spreadsheet.getActive. So here we were getting .getActive worksheet. Here it is spreadsheet app.getActive. Here as well, it is similar to VBA in the sense that we have to do it one by one. So we have A1 activate, name, B1 activate, sales, and so on and so forth. The formula is get current cell set formula B2, B4. We're making it bold. We're selecting A1. And then some parts might be a little strange. So this dot next and dot down is basically me selecting all the values. And finally, we are putting it in the center. And we are also putting the color here, right, which is the dot set background. So I hope it helps to be able to see all the three alongside each other. And yes, they are different, but the flow and the process is the most important thing. So when you're building a solution for a project, what is important is for you to create a workflow and be able to understand the steps that are required. The code, the syntax, the hit and trial, the debugging, copy paste, all of that is okay. That's the easy part, because we have ways of doing that. But the process, nobody is going to explain to you if you are not able to understand it yourself. So it makes sense to create a chart or create a diagram of some sort to understand the processes and the order of all the steps before doing this. So I hope this helped everyone to see how to record a macro on Excel, TypeScript, and Google Sheets.